Time travel was never meant to be safe. It was never meant to be perfect. And it was definitely never meant to come back after everything was already fixed. For decades, fans believed the story had ended. The clock tower was saved. The future was set. The past was finally left alone. But now the silence has broken. A new signal cuts through time, and it carries a name that no one expected to hear again: Back to the Future. 4. The trailer opens with an empty street at night. Wind moves through forgotten signs. A clock ticks louder than it should. A voice whispers a warning, not loud, not dramatic, just calm and serious. Time remembers everything. In that moment, we understand this is not a happy return. This is a consequence. The past was changed too many times, and now time itself is pushing back. We are introduced to a new face in the chaos. A young man, smart but unsure, standing in front of technology he doesn't fully understand. This is where Tom Holland enters the story. His character isn't a hero yet. He's curious, fast-thinking, and slightly afraid. He doesn't want to change history. He just wants answers. Why are moments repeating? Why are places from different years overlapping? And why does the future feel like it's watching him? Then the tone shifts. The screen goes dark. A slow smile appears, confidence, experience, a mind that has already seen what happens when power goes unchecked. This is the arrival of Robert Downey Jr., playing a brilliant but dangerous time scientist. He knows more than he says. He understands the rules of time, and more importantly, how to break them. He doesn't ask if time travel should exist. He asks who deserves to control it. The heart of this section is not action. It's fear. Fear of mistakes. Fear of consequences. The trailer makes one thing clear. This time, going back is not about fixing small problems. One wrong move could erase entire lives. Familiar sounds echo in the background: electricity, metal, a countdown. But the machine feels different now, heavier. Unstable? Angry dot as the section ends. One line changes everything. You didn't open time. Time opened you. And just like that, the future is no longer waiting to be saved. It's already here, and it wants payback. Time does not break all at once. It cracks slowly, quietly, in places no one is looking. The second section of the trailer makes this clear. We no longer see time travel as an adventure. It feels like a disease spreading through history. Streets from the past appear for a few seconds and then vanish. Old buildings flicker into modern cities. Sirens echo from futures that were never supposed to exist. This is the real threat at the center of Back to the Future. 4. The young time traveler begins to realize that these are not accidents. Every glitch is connected. Every change leads back to one moment, a hidden event buried deep in the timeline, something that was never fixed. We see him running through shifting locations, watching people freeze as time skips around them. His fear grows, not because he might die, but because he understands something worse. If time collapses, no one will remember what was lost. It will be like it never mattered. Then the scientist steps in, calm as ever. He explains the truth in simple words. Time is not a straight road. It is a living system. When pushed too far, it reacts. The past is leaking into the present. The future is trying to correct itself. And the longer they wait, the harder the correction will be. Fixing one moment will not be enough anymore. The damage is everywhere. This section raises the emotional weight. We see families disappear in flashes of light. A child drops a toy, and when he looks up, the street around him has changed decades. Not destroyed, replaced. The trailer avoids loud action here. Instead, it focuses on confusion, silence, and the feeling of losing control. The message is clear. Time travel is no longer something they are doing. It is something happening to them. A powerful line cuts through the tension. Every future you saved created another future you didn't. That sentence explains everything. The heroes of the past fixed problems, but they never saw the full picture. Now those unseen futures are colliding, fighting for the right to exist. We see a choice forming. To stop the collapse, one timeline must win. Others must be erased. The young traveler realizes that saving the world may mean choosing who gets to live in it. And for the first time, time travel feels less like hope, and more like a sentence waiting to be passed. This is where the trailer stops, talking about time and starts talking about people. The chaos fades into quiet moments, two minds standing in the middle of a broken timeline, trying to understand what they have become. The young traveler is no longer running. He is listening, watching, learning the cost of every decision that came before him. He questions the scientist directly, not with anger, but with disappointment. Was all this brilliance worth it? All the rules broken, all the lines crossed. The scientist doesn't deny it. He admits the truth in a calm voice. Genius always believes it can fix what it breaks. That belief is what ruined everything. For the first time, we see doubt behind his confidence. He didn't just study time. He challenged it. And time answered back. This section explores the clash between generations. The young man believes the future should be protected, no matter the risk. The scientist believes the future must be controlled before it destroys itself. Their conversations feel personal, almost painful. One line stands out. You still think time is kind. I know it keeps score. That single sentence defines their difference. Hope versus experience. Faith versus regret. We see flashes of legacy, echoes of old machines, familiar shapes, and distant memories. Not shown directly, but felt. The trailer respects the past without living in it. The focus stays on what comes next. The future technology is cleaner, faster, and far more dangerous. There are no second chances anymore. No easy resets. Every jump leaves a mark. Emotion takes center stage here. The young traveler sees visions of a life he could lose, friends he hasn't met yet, moments that only exist in one fragile timeline. The scientist sees something darker, a future where his intelligence is remembered as the cause of the end. For the first time, he considers stopping, not because he can't continue, but because he shouldn't. Fixing time is no longer about heroism. It's about sacrifice. Someone must give up their future to save everyone else's. The camera lingers on the young traveler's face as he understands what that means. And suddenly the question changes. It's no longer can they fix time, it's who will pay the price. It tightens. Everything feels closer, faster. Time itself seems to be running out of space. The screen fills with warning signs, broken timelines folding into each other, moments from different years crashing like waves. This is no longer about fixing mistakes. This is about survival. Back to the Future 4 reaches its most dangerous point right here. The scientist reveals the truth they were avoiding. There is no way to save every timeline. Time demands balance, and balance always has a cost. One core timeline must be locked forever. No more travel. No more changes. Everything else will fade. The words hit hard because this solution means ending the very thing that defined them. No more second chances. No more going back. The young traveler struggles with the weight of it. He sees flashes of futures disappearing, people laughing, lives growing, moments that will never happen if he makes the wrong choice. He asks the question no one wants to answer. Who decides what stays? The scientist looks at him and finally drops the confidence. Someone who can live with the loss. The tension rises as alarms begin to sound. The machine overloads. Energy builds. Time pulls inward like it's collapsing on itself. The scientist steps forward, ready to sacrifice his future to seal the timeline. But the young traveler stops him. This is where the story turns. He understands something the scientist missed. Control is what broke time in the first place. Choice is what can heal it. In a quiet but powerful moment, the young traveler makes his decision. He chooses a future where time cannot be controlled by one mind. A future where no one gets to play God again. To do that, he must remove himself from the equation. No more jumps. No more interference. His existence becomes the lock that closes time forever. As the countdown reaches 0, the scientist realizes what is happening. He tries to stop it, not out of pride, but out of regret. But it's too late. The choice has been made. The machine shuts down. The timelines pull back into one. Silence replaces chaos. The final image is simple. A quiet street, a normal day, time moving forward untouched. A voice echoes softly. The future isn't written by machines. It's protected by the choices we never get to change. The screen cuts to black. One last tick of a clock. And the future finally stays where it belongs.